pain or surgery.
Call now. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results right in the office. Call Prime Men's Medical Center now. 904-664-8221. That's 904-664-8221.
Every so often in medicine, something comes along that is truly revolutionary.
Dr. Mitchell Scheinkup, former orthopedic surgeon, now National Medical Director at QC Kinetics.
I believe this is one of those things.
Dr. Scheinkup is talking about regenerative medicine, something he's practiced, researched, and written about for nearly 2 decades.
The old ways of dealing with joint pain, such as steroids and surgery, are no longer the best ways.
If you have pain from arthritis or injury, you owe it to yourself to learn more about this exciting option, using your own body's natural power to get lasting relief. And there's no better place to learn than QC Kinetics.
There is no one in this country today with more clinics, more satisfied patients, more advanced protocols, or more experience in using this exciting option to deliver life-changing results.
Call QC Kinetics now for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 904-274-5522. That's 904-274-5522. 904-274-5522.
Sell your home with the most trusted and experienced real estate team in the U.S. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free and avoid the hassle of costly repairs. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. One of our clients, Ruth, said, "It was wonderful working with Mark Spain Real Estate. I always felt like they had my back." Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
See dealer for complete details. We're celebrating our 20th anniversary, serving Jacksonville with the largest pre-owned inventory sale in our history at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Bay Meadows. Choose from Ram trucks, Jeeps, Ford, Chevy, Honda, Toyota, Nissan, and more. Many starting at below market value. We have lots of financing options. Get approved today. There's only one dealer with so much to offer. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Only at I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. The Cavaliers could be without starting center defensive anchor Jared Allen for the second-round NBA playoff series opener against the Celtics tonight, listed as questionable with a rib injury. 2 MVP finalists face off tonight in Game 1. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and the Thunder versus Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, 9 Eastern, ESPN Radio. Still waiting for word from the NBA if a fine or suspension's coming the way of Nuggets guard Jamal Murray. He tossed a heating pad onto the floor during live action in the second quarter of last night's loss to the Timberwolves. ESPN NBA analyst Jay Williams.
I feel like he should be suspended for a game. That was an inch away from Karl Anthony Towns planting his right foot right on that thing. That could have hurt him. He could have been out of the game. I understand it's not precedent, but I think that was such an immature move by Jamal Murray, and that could have been a really hurtful, nasty thing to happen.
The crew chief said after the game that Murray should have been called for a technical foul. Denver's down 2-0. Game 3 is Friday. Edmonton's Connor McDavid, Colorado's Nathan McKinnon, Tampa Bay's Nikita Kucherov, finalists for NHL regular season MVP.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio. Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
You ready? Yeah. Turn off your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
Don't ever do that again, Aaron. I mean, never again.
Welcome to the Aaron Schachter Show.
Ever.
Slightly distracted is how I would describe us on a 24-hour basis. I mean, I try to lay out a show rundown every day. I try and get it to you early enough that you could review it, maybe add to it if you choose to. You see an interesting story come across your desk. You're a well-read man. You work at a news and information station.
You sure about that?
I am actually. I am sure about that. I feel like I've helped you to end up at that station on more than one occasion.
That's fair. That's fair. That's low.
That being said, it really is hard to focus sometimes and hard to stay on topic. And so I apologize to those who get frustrated when we go down a rabbit hole. So here's how we're going to not go down the rabbit hole today. We're actually going to start by intentionally going down the rabbit hole, making the rabbit hole the thing. So we can't go down a different rabbit hole once we're already in the rabbit hole.
Boy, you're getting philosophical on me, man. Philosophizing on me, my boy.
Yeah, exactly. Also ahead on the show today, an update on Zay Jones. You know I feel very emotionally about Zay Jones all the time. We've got an NBA update. The playoffs are really heating up just in time for another month's worth of playoff games. Timberwolves are getting out there and doing business. Shocking the world. Along with the Knicks, for that matter, by the way. And we're hearing information now that people are pissed about the Tom Brady roast. Specific people who may have been mentioned at the Tom Brady roast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Actually makes
And
sense.
then one who wasn't mentioned, and maybe this is what his beef was. We'll get to that a little bit later. I've got a wild story coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. It's not necessarily sports related. It's sports adjacent. It involves high school basketball very slightly, but that's not really the point of the story. It's a wild story. It really is a story that imitates a few different movie plot lines. It's life imitating art, imitating life. You won't want to miss that one. That'll be first up in the 4 o'clock hour. And then some NFL news and tidbits, all the latest updates you might be hearing throughout your day. We'll dive into some of those. But we start, Brian, with an ESPN 690 investigation. Earlier today, really last night, there was a mystery unfolding I did not know about, and you only heard about after the fact. Let me bring you up to speed here. This courtesy of our friend Brent Martineau, TV's Brent Martineau, on the Brent and Austin show earlier today.
Miss Tanika at Action News Jax here. She comes in the office, and last night she's like, "Hey, there was a guy outside, delivering a pizza, and nobody came and got it. He said he'd been out there for like 30 minutes. So, out of the kindness of her heart, she actually paid for the pizza and got it in. Now, this was on the radio side, by the way. Okay.
Okay. So basically, you've got a pizza delivery guy sitting in the parking lot for what sounds like a half hour, waiting for some scrub from radio to come outside and claim their dinner at 9:30 or whatever time it was. And Tanika Hughes, very well-known news anchor downstairs at our sister station, Action News, walks by, sees the pizza guy, and goes, "What's going on here?" First of all, shout out to Tanika. She must have been carrying mace or a taser or something. Who's going up to the stranger in the parking lot? I mean, that's why we have security guards around this joint. You don't know what kind of crazies are walking around out there.
I mean, she worked in Memphis at one point. She can handle herself.
She goes up to the guy and she's like, "What's happening here? Let me investigate. What are you doing here, sir? ID?" And I guess he's delivering the pizza, but there's no one there to claim it.
There was some conversation about who it was for. She thought it was for Brian Middleton.
Oh, so you're getting implicated. You're getting the accusation of ordering a pizza at 9 p.m. True or false, Brian Middleton? Did you order a pizza at 9 p.m.?
Oh, see? And that's how people get caught up on the stand. You put a truth out there, I'm being accused, or it's being presented that was my pizza. And I was about to say, yeah, and then you slipped in at the very end. Did you order a pizza?
It's totally true
and
that
I was going to be like, yeah, and they're like, no, I didn't.
Well, it's totally true that you ordered a pizza at 9 o'clock, allegedly, according to these people saying these things.
You should work in law as a lawyer. Can you just sign up for that?
Because I think he said like Ryan or Brian or something sounded like M was the last.
Now the story's falling apart a little bit.
That.
Okay.
Whatever. Now, I don't know a Ryan over on the radio side.
I mean, Brent doesn't know many people on either side, if we're being honest.
You can't hear him from all that money he's sitting on.
I mean, he called his boss. He called his boss, what's your name, for like 3 years.
Hey, respect to him for that.
He calls me Eric. I'm like, Brent, you've known me for a while now. He's like, whatever you say, Tommy.
I don't think I know Ryan either. Yeah,
but by that time, we're talking like 9
anymore.
We're on 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah. Little pity laugh from Brent. Easy, buddy. It wasn't that funny.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, Middleton's gone. Like Middleton's day goes.
Who's ordering pizza at 9 o'clock at night?
No, come on, man. That's the way the world works.
But I'm saying, like, who's in the building?
So solid questions from Austin, by the way. Not only who's ordering pizza at night, because some people, maybe you're cheaping up in the stairway or something like that.
Yep.
Maybe you're taking a few gummies to the dome. You don't know. Maybe you're doing a little tincture under the tongue or something like that. I don't know what you do. I don't know if you're out there taking THC capsules or something.
Very specific again.
I don't know if you got like topical creams with THC and CBD in it. I don't know what you're doing.
Sounds like a personalized description.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if you're out there getting zooted in the hallways and the stairways with no cameras. I don't know.
Zooted and booted.
So who knows? Maybe you're ordering the pizza, but apparently no one's in the building. Okay, a quick check of who's in the building at 9 p.m. on a weekday. Cool.
Hey.
Kind of looks like a Friday in here.
Looks like the parking lot Monday through Thursday and Friday.
Kind of looks like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. After 7 p.m. here.
After 7 p.m.?
After 4 p.m. here.
No, when the sun's almost overhead, so around 11 a.m.
So what seemingly is a who cares story is now turning into a full-blown investigation.
Be someone for like a shrimp game or something like
Okay,
that.
maybe.
That could be.
Yeah.
We do jumbo shrimp after hours. We do need a human body in here to run those games, but...
But even them, it's Monday. They're off.
Yeah, no jumbo
so
shrimp.
we can't figure it out. But anyway, somebody owes Tanika $35.
So Tanika paid $35 for a pizza.
What?
$35.
And I don't know who ate the pizza.
And somebody ate the pizza.
But the bottom line is, who the hell ordered the pizza?
Yeah.
We can't figure out who ordered the pizza.
Well, I feel like if somebody ordered it and it's, was going to pay that much money, like I'm sure they would have said something, right? Like, so the case is still unsolved right now?
It's unsolved because I called up to the ESPN studios up there and I was like, but nobody answered. I was
Really? Shocker. He called up to Brent's on his phone calling the ESPN studio. Cool. Way to go. Really figuring it out. So, all right, here's the part that starts to make me laugh a little bit.
Okay.
Because not only did someone steal $35 from a lady like Tanika who's going out there talking to strangers in the parking lot, clearly she ain't scared. She ain't scared.
No.
But who's ordering pizza and paying cash on demand? Who's doing that? That's not Uber Eats or DoorDash.
Haven't heard that.
They don't do
option.
cash on demand, right?
No, I haven't heard that option on DoorDash.
I do think some of the chains, and I guess it is a chain, some of the chain places maybe still do cash on demand, but like they don't make it easy to figure out. I think you got to like call and request it or something.
Yeah.
When's the last time you paid cash on delivery for pizza? Must have been the 90s for me.
I pick it up so I don't have to tip.
Are you no tippin' pippin'?
No, I tip when I sit down in a restaurant, but I don't want to tip a pizza delivery driver.
Really?
So I go pick up my own pizza.
I mean, I understand you try to affect the world so that you don't have to do things you don't want to do, but does that mean when a delivery driver comes to the house, you don't tip?
I don't have delivery drivers come to my spot.
Ah, interesting.
I'm the delivery driver.
Apparently. Are you the delivery driver from last night? Because if you already made $35 from Tanika.
Yeah.
And then there might be like one other person in the building maybe at that time, I think. Like, I don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
Everybody's scheduled
Yeah.
the other stations.
I mean, like,
but
was it like maybe like a janitor or something?
Now, the janitors we know up here are both females.
It's one.
There's a tall female and a short female.
A tall one?
Yeah, tall one. This is the lady who replaced the lady with the big hair.
Oh.
But those are ladies. Neither named Brian or Ryan.
No.
So that's not working out for a theory.
I don't think so because I think they're the ones that kind of clarified who it was for. So then,
interesting. Yeah.
Could it just be a thing? Like, could it be a little bit of a scam?
Ah, this is where I'm at on it. I think it's a scam. I think this person either stole a pizza or works at a pizza place, leaving because the shift is over, grabs a pizza, but really wants the cash, really has something they need to go buy, whether it's gas or illicit materials. Maybe they're trying to get cheaped up. Maybe they got to stop at the dispensary. Get a little cash. Let me just go sell this pizza I didn't pay for. Well, how do you do that? You can't just stand on a street corner, hey, buy my pizza. Everyone's going to think you did weird things to it. So you go to a business where you know people exist. TV, radio station. I mean, you kind of assume people are going to be there because voices are talking to you throughout the night. Little do they know. It's not necessarily how it works. That being said, like, where else are you going to go? You go to Wawa, be like, someone ordered a pizza. They make pizza. And so I think they came here just hoping to see anybody. And then they lucked out when they saw
one of the richest people.
I was gonna say I don't want to put her tax business out there, but I got to imagine there's some zeros on that paycheck. Tanika.
John Bachman, Aaron Schachter, Rich Jones, Tanika Hughes.
I mean,
like all you guys is kind of swim around that. Yeah.
If you're out there throwing $35 at random pizza delivery guys for fun, I got to imagine you got some zeros in the paycheck. Tanika.
Like it's nothing.
I'm just imagining.
Was it like a legit pizza place? I mean, was the box legit?
The box.
It's a good question by Austin Lane here. Because if it's like just standard cardboard box with no art on it, bootleg pizza, well, then you know something fuzzy is happening.
Uh-huh.
But if it's a legit chain box, if it came from a chain pizza place and they got the box, you start thinking maybe this is an inside gig.
Legit.
The box was legit.
Okay.
Now, it wasn't Donato, so that's your problem. Okay?
No, I'm saying like it wasn't like wrapped in paper towel or something. Like, here.
I mean, shout out to Tanika if she bought a pizza pie wrapped in paper towel. That would have been pretty baller if you ask me. Like, not scared of nothing. Not scared of the delivery guy. Not scared of the pizza wrapped in the paper towel.
Oh, I'm still not eating this random pizza. Yeah, but
Got a
anyway,
full
go ahead.
pizza
No, they
here.
legit got a pizza. So I mean,
Okay.
But it was like $35. Now the DoorDash stuff and everything else is pretty expensive.
Okay,
right?
without saying who it was from, was it like a chain or was it like
Chain.
All right, so it was a chain. I did, once that suggestion was made, for research purposes, Brian, I did go on to Uber Eats to price out a pizza.
Okay.
And so I found a local chain pizza place. We don't have to say the name. Let's just say it's somewhere between 4 stars and 6 stars. And I priced out, I'm talking about 5-star pizza. I priced out,
okay.
you seem confused. I'm just trying to help
well,
here.
because the rating system goes up to 5-star.
Oh, let me just spell it out for you. It rhymes with Mive-star pizza.
Well, I'm glad you threw 5-star under the bus. That
Just saying.
endorsement out the window.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks,
I priced
Aaron.
out an XL pizza, right, which came in at like 21 and change. And then it's just the cheese. I didn't throw any toppings on it. I don't know if this mystery pizza had toppings on it. So with taxes and fees from Uber Eats, you're up to about $27-28. So I guess you're getting a 35 if you're a big tipper. Now we know, Brian Middleton, that's not your deal.
Well, yeah, if you're a big tipper, but that would presume that it was prepaid. It wasn't prepaid.
Well,
it was $35.
You can make maybe the choices of I'm going to do these things. You just pick up the cash when you get here. Especially if it was a delivery guy that didn't work for that pizza joint.
Awesome. As someone who does not ask for delivery people, I didn't know that.
That's my point, though. It's like my aha moment is I can't be Brian because you're not putting in for a $10 tip. You're not putting in for any tip.
You know how many weeks I have to work here to buy a $35 pizza?
I do. I negotiated that deal for you.
How many months I have to work here?
You got to cash in on some of that 401k.
You know what I mean?
Really more
Vanguard.
like a 401e. You're not up to K yet.
Let me log into my Vanguard. Can I withdraw hardship?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
So mystery pizza, it wasn't you. Are you sure?
Absolutely
You wouldn't just be lying on the radio.
No, man.
It almost
or
made
would
me.
I?
Or would you? It almost made me want to order the boys a pizza this morning. Send it downstairs. Just to add to the mystery, the mystique of the whole thing.
Someone do it again today. Oh, boy. I do have a couple of answers, though. Do we have another clip?
Well, no, that's it. That's it for the reporting from Brent and Austin. Great job by those guys.
So one, Brent Martineau, he reached out to me yesterday, as I was telling you via text. He reached out to me yesterday.
Did he text or call you?
He texted me.
All right, because he said he called, so he's a liar now. But also, there are times I text you, it takes a while to get back to me. So I feel like maybe I rank a little lower than Brent on your priority scale.
Let me make sure that he didn't call, so I don't lie. I don't think I did.
Feels like you're lying.
I normally have you guys about a lot of things, right? Nah, I don't have a missed call from him, but definitely a text. And it was so confusing because I can't tell you how far away I was from the building to get that kind of,
You can't tell us because it's part of the mystery?
No, just because
you were at the pizza shop.
Hyperbole.
Oh, okay, you're
I
exaggerating.
was like as far as the east is from the west.
Cool.
So
How far is that?
Yeah, exactly. Far. So that's why
That's a lot of pros right there. You should write.
Why would I order a pizza? But I also was talking with Tanika this morning.
Oh, follow up.
Tanika, I do believe, called me, but I don't know if I have her actual phone number. So if you don't leave me a voicemail, I think you're a bill collector. So I don't pick up.
Brian,
right?
you got it like that? You got people like Tanika calling you on your phone?
Well, in my time over in television, she was one of the people that really helped me, form my my reel to potentially be on TV.
Is that a euphemism?
So yeah, she was helping me out a whole lot.
She helped you form your reel?
Yeah, and my dog Ben over there, that you had him on last week, another guy over there. Anyway, so she might have called, But if I don't have you saved in the phone and you don't leave a voicemail, However, she left an email.
Or a voicemail?
Yesterday, email.
So she emailed you.
Yeah, she left me an email too. I didn't see it until today because I don't check my work email. I don't check my work email until I clock in. Okay, everybody should have that kind of peace in their life.
This is the kind of top-notch employer behavior that we look for here at Cox Media.
Absolutely, man. I showed in other ways. And so after going, back and forth, letting her know, hey, first of all, sorry for the late response, because she sent it at 8:45 yesterday, and I responded at 11:20 this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hey, I didn't buy any pizza. I wasn't here. I was out of the building when the sun was still up. I'm sorry. And then I talked to you, and I got a little more information. And so I sent another email. I was like, hey, I'm getting a little bit more information. Didn't realize that you paid. I promise you I wasn't here. And she was like, no worries. I gave the pizza to the newsroom. That's the answer that I have.
You should have let off with, I paid for that pizza. Someone owes me $35.
Oh.
You should have seen if Tanika had it like that. Not only would she pay the scam pizza guy $35, but she'd have to pay you $35 as well.
Yeah. See? So, my phone's ringing right now. I don't have it saved in there. It says scam likely. I don't pick up. I let it ring all 9 times.
Is that what you have me as in your phone book, scam likely?
No, scam assured. Not scam likely. Scam assured.
Scam 100% certain.
You know what I mean? Clutch.
I did used to run some scams as a kid. So I know a little bit about scams. I think this pizza thing was a scam.
Tell me about it.
Well, I worked as a pizza person. I didn't run any scams as a pizza person. It was maybe the best job I ever had, though.
Really?
You just sit around the pizza shop and wait. We didn't really have phones like that back then. It was before the iPhone came out.
Okay, I was like, it's a Civil War? What are you talking about? We didn't have
early
phones back in
OOs. We're talking like the year 2000.
Okay.
I think iPhone came out in 04 or something like that, 06. So, we didn't have it like that where we had, the internet in our pocket. But, you sit around in the pizza shop, you look at the TV, and they go, Aaron, you're up. Go ahead, take this pizza someplace. You get in their delivery car. I guess they make you drive your own car these days. So you're not spending on gas.
Okay.
You're taking tips. You don't know. It might be an adventure when you walk up to a house. You don't know what to expect. Pizza shop was a great job.
Now, I'm confused on this one part of the scam as well. Who is going through Uber Eats or DoorDash to get delivery pizza from a chain?
So
most of them have their own delivery drivers.
Not only
it's
that,
usually cheaper.
Not only that, it's cheaper, right?
Yeah.
It's way cheaper. You save yourself $10, $20, $25.
That's what I'm confused with.
Going through the native business rather than going through that middleman.
Walk me through the psychology of that part of the scam.
We don't know that it's a Uber Eats or DoorDash driver.
Oh, you got to put allegedly out there.
It's allegedly because these guys are doing loosey-goosey reporting here.
Okay.
They're just wondering out loud.
Oh, no fact checking going on.
Yeah.
Just okay.
All they know is that the box was from a chain.
The box was from a chain.
Yeah. Now Tanika maybe knows. Maybe she saw the car. Maybe it had a little sign on the top of the car. You know, some of these delivery cars from the chains that wear a little hat on top of the car.
Yeah.
Tells you what delivery chain they are.
Yeah.
Or maybe a magnet on the side of the car. Maybe she saw that.
Yeah.
But I'm convinced it's like an employee who, on the way out the door for the night, made themselves a pizza and then just went and sold it somewhere. That's what I'd be doing.
And picked a very basic name like Brian or Ryan.
Yeah, right? Just I don't know, it's Mike or Phil, Jim. Just keep rolling off names until she goes, oh, you mean, yep, that's exactly what I meant.
$35 on the dot.
$35, please.
No quarters,
no
pennies.
Change. Yeah,
nothing like that. 35.00.
It doesn't really happen that way. It doesn't happen that way. And what number would have been too high for Tanika? That's really, if I had Tanika on the phone right now, I want to know.
I wish we could have booked her.
What? $60 delivery pizza? You still paying for it, Tanika?
Yeah, nah. She probably would have been like, hey, someone get him on the phone. I'm on the way out. I'm on the way out right now on my break.
At what point do you use that taser in your pocket?
Yeah.
And just pay nothing for the pizza? Curious. I got questions.
That's incredible that happened.
Now I want to eat pizza.
Now, I have a thought, too. It could be a scam.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a hustle. But if you remember yesterday.
I do remember yesterday.
Some of it. I was honest, but I was a bit rough on Rudy Gobert.
You were.
And his crew.
You were.
And that's okay.
Was it?
Because as we talk about it later, apparently Rudy Gobert, the further you are away from Minnesota, the better they play, surprisingly.
If he's the same distance from as east is to the west.
Yeah, Minnesota's going to win the championship.
Minnesota runs away with the game.
You stay in that hospital with that newborn. You hear me?
That's the other thing. If this was baseball, the whole team would be forcing him to stay there because of superstitions. There's no real basketball superstitions.
Yeah, that direct deposit going to hit no matter what. You stay out there. But I think personally, Rudy got wind of the show. Okay. Probably through the stream because the stream is immaculate.
Sure.
And I feel like maybe, there was some prank calling, going on. There was some nefarious prank calling going on.
So,
if that's the case, cool. That's fine.
This is a wild theory.
But let me find out that that's the case. Let me find out.
If Gobert is pretending to order as Brian Middleton.
You know what I'm saying? There was a rapper.
What would happen if you found out? You sound like
I'm telling you, there's a rapper named Doe B. He's dead.
Okay.
He's been dead for like 10 years.
So then there was a rapper named Doe B.
Yeah, there's a rapper. There was a rapper.
Past tense, yes.
Named Doe B.
Yeah,
he
sure.
had a song called Let Me Find Out. And I would tell Rudy Gobert, if you did this or had any hand in it and you don't want to, come clean.
What should he not let you do?
Go listen to that song.
Oh.
Okay? Go listen to that song.
Let
me find out.
A little bit of a veiled threat right here from Brian Middleton. No, it sounds like.
Go listen to that musical selection I'm offering you and then decide whether or not you want to come clean. Gobert.
Sounds like Brian Aloysius Middleton wants the smoke from Rudy Gobert and baby Gobert.
Nah.
That's what you called out yesterday.
Nah, I want no problem with the baby.
You called out Mama, too. You called her selfish.
Well, the mom was a bit selfish.
Wild.
And Rudy gave in because he wanted peace at his house.
Is that Rudy Gobert calling you right now?
Might be.
Or Tanika with answers to our questions?
I don't know.
Because we need answers. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. I promise we'll get to sports today at some point. Matter of fact, how about next? Talk a little NBA for you.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny and hot today with an isolated brief afternoon shower, but most spots stay dry as we reach near 90 degrees and down into the mid to upper 60s tonight. Partly sunny and hot tomorrow. Your Wednesday high, 93. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Save thousands on hundreds of Mother's Day gift ideas. Now at Beard's Diamonds.
Rich Jones here. If you're an investor who's interested in doing well while doing good, getting solid returns on your investments while making a positive impact, consider investment funds with DLP Capital. Here's Don Wenner, CEO of DLP Real Estate Capital, to tell you more.
With the current housing shortage in the U.S., investing in real estate, especially workforce housing, is one of the safest and most reliable places to invest. We invest in affordable housing for hardworking people and generate amazing returns for each of our investors.
To get your investor's guide and find out more, dial ** invest from your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
We're dealing at Best Bet St. Augustine, the only card room and sports bar in St. Augustine, Florida. With nonstop action, poker games of all limits, exciting tournaments and table games, and a sports bar showing all the action, Best Bet St. Augustine has you covered. Don't miss our delicious dining options, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and our always popular freshly made sushi. Best Bet St. Augustine is located at 800 Marketplace Drive off exit 311, where I-95 and State Road 207 meet. Learn more at bestbetjax.com.
Mother's Day is right around the corner. This year, give your mother a gift that keeps on giving. How about a zero-resified kitchen? There's nothing my wife loves more than having Zero-Res do a deep clean on the kitchen, tile, and grout. She also loves the look and feel of the granite countertops after Zero-Res cleans and seals them. They really pop. Right now, Zero-Res is offering $50 off tile and grout cleaning and $50 off granite countertops cleaned and sealed. Zero-Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zerorez. Zero-Res. Why Arlington Toyota Pre-Owned? I'll tell you why. Over 600 vehicles in stock, one location. That's over 275 SUVs, over 200 cars, over 110 pickups. Arlington Pre-Owned even has 125 vehicles under $18,000. Plus, now you get 60 days to love your purchase or exchange it. And Arlington's Credit for Everyone program. Oh, and did I mention the Summer Starts Here sales event is going on right now, even on used. Shop 10939 Atlantic Boulevard or arlingtontoyota.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Oh, can I buy a vowel?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Oh, can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Jacksonville is the largest city in the contiguous U.S. in square miles. So when you have to cover breaking news over an area bigger than L.A., Phoenix, or Dallas, you need an advantage. Action News Jax, with a fleet of news-gathering drones to take you to breaking news live as it happens. And with more investigative reporters on the ground. In every local county, you're informed no matter where you live. Action News Jax. Local coverage you can count on.
Are you stressing about your IRS tax problems? Have you received notices from the IRS threatening to garnish your wages, levy your bank accounts, or seize your property? You need an ally. Allies Tax Relief has tax attorneys and enrolled agents that are ready to fight for you. They have saved millions for taxpayers just like you. Allies Tax Relief can help put a stop to IRS collections and, most importantly, negotiate your tax debt. Here's Brenda, a happy client of Allies Tax Relief.
I owed the IRS around $57,000, and they're about to start garnishing my paychecks. I heard a commercial on the radio about Allies Tax Relief, so I thought I'd give them a call. After a day, they were able to at least stop the garnishments, and after a few months of negotiations, I walked away owing the IRS only $301.
If you owe the IRS, call Allies Tax Relief right now for your free consultation. Call 800-230-5174. 800-230-5174. That's 800-230-5174.
Hey guys, we're the Twin Peaks Girls. Come have lunch with us every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and listen to the Young and Norvell Show on ESPN 690.
All right, let's jump right back into it. We got a special guest on the phone. Ladies and gentlemen, all rise. South Beach Gary, King South Beach, is on the line.
You guys were discussing a song about finding something out. How would you both like to find out what a beating by South Beach feels like?
I think we'll have to be waiting a long time to find that out.
But so. What happened to Michelle? Did you already run her off?
Michelle's like a Friday feature.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you called her my co-host last time. I was like, what, you know something I don't know?
I thought she was your new co-host.
Were you meeting with the boss or something like that? You sound disappointed. Do you want Michelle back? Is that what you're saying?
Well, she acts kind of as a buffer between you and everybody else. You know, she is.
A buffer?
Yeah,
How so?
A buffer zone.
Okay. I mean, if you feel
Gotta
that
keep
way,
you
that's
in
fine.
check, you know?
If you think so. If anything, I had to pull her back a little bit. I get worried I'm going to cost people, like, important things in this building. They come on here, Gary. They think it's all fun and games. They forget, like, their bosses might be listening and stuff. They forget.
But seriously, did you hear the Wolofsky said with the OBJ signing that makes the Dolphins the most serious threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC? Did you hear that, guys?
No, I didn't hear that.
Or did you just gloss over it conveniently?
I did see that Dan Orlovsky was talking, and I said, you know what? This man tends to say a lot of things that don't pan out, so maybe I just glossed over it.
It's funny. You say all the things that people say negative against the Dolphins, but you don't bring up any of the positive when it's it. Isn't that convenient?
I feel like this is not a real
you
accusation.
You talk about some athletic guy who's the roster is ranked in 20th, some guy I never heard of.
Yeah.
But Dan Orlovsky on a major network, you gloss over it.
That is fair. So Orlovsky thinks that the Dolphins are now the second best team.
Signing that makes him the biggest threat to the Chiefs.
The second best team of the AFC, or is that different than saying they're the biggest threat to the Chiefs?
The biggest threat, I don't know. You call and ask Orlovsky what it means.
Fair
what
enough.
I take it is the biggest threat means the best challenger. That's what I take as the biggest threat.
Interesting.
But I mean, it's not Butterfingers Lawrence, okay?
Oof.
Because he got Brian Thomas Jr. All right.
Look at you.
Because
kicking a man while he's down.
Nobody fears Lawrence. Nobody fears Lawrence at all.
Well, that's certainly not true.
He's becoming a joke in the NFL.
Becoming a joke? You're out of your mind, Gary. What are you talking about? You got to give us some credit.
You think he deserves a $50 million extension?
Oh, because you think Tua's worth 55?
Tua is a $50+ million a year quarterback.
I saw a report yesterday that had it quoted. I think they said, what is it, 220 over 4 years. Man's played a full season once in his life.
That's a rumor. You listen to what things come out. It'll come out over 50. I mean, these things are negotiated. Don't you know? Don't you know how it works?
I do know.
People put out a number, then they negotiate.
That's actually good insight.
The way it works.
I do like your insight, Gary. That's pretty deep analysis right there. People do put out a number, and then the sides negotiate it. I do think Tua will get paid north of $50 million. I don't think Tua is going to make $55 million. I don't think Trev's getting paid 55 either, by the way. I don't think Tua is getting paid 55.
You can ask for anything. I mean, you can ask for the moon and the stars. Doesn't mean you're going to get it, but, you know, of course everyone's going to ask for it. You'd be stupid not to ask for it.
Well, everyone doesn't ask for it. Don't say, of course they do. Everyone doesn't. You've seen a few different quarterbacks now not ask for everything, including Patrick Mahomes. We heard a report here. There was a source at a local supermarket that told somebody across the street that he's going to be asking for the Tom Brady deal.
That doesn't count because Patrick Mahomes makes $10, $20 million a year in endorsements.
What does that have to do with the football contract? I'll tell you what, man. If I was a football player and I was negotiating a contract and they're like, "Who cares? You're making endorsement money," I'd be like, "That's none of your business."
He took less because his wife made $80 million a year. That's why.
That's none of their business. I once had a boss tell me it was one of the early infrequent negotiations for your buddy Aaron over here. And I was telling the dude, price of everything going up, price of my pay's got to go up. He's like, how you spend your money isn't my problem. I was like, oh, it's not your problem until I don't want to work here. Then it's your problem.
So did you quit?
No, I didn't quit. Oh, wait. But
why are you bringing it up?
I didn't quit, but I did get my money. I didn't quit. I didn't get everything I was asking for, but they went a smidge above the halfway mark. And I think that was like a tip of the cap. Don't you?
What did I just tell you about negotiations?
You said you asked for the moon and the stars.
You ask for a number, they say, and then you meet in the middle, right?
Well,
That's called negotiations, Aaron.
Oh.
You're from New York. You should be more savvy about stuff like that.
I would appreciate you teaching me, though. Instead of just making fun of me, you got to let me know how it works. But I do thank you for that.
Trying to teach you. I don't have that much patience to try to teach you everything you should know.
Clearly. I'm sorry, Gary. I didn't mean to make you upset.
Clearly, your wife is a saint by now to be married to you. She is a saint.
She would agree with you.
I say she deserves a medal.
Okay. I'll tell her you said so.
They should name, if you're Catholic, they should name a medal after her.
I'd be like, hun, you should have heard Gary today. You didn't.
She probably said, I concur.
You know what? You and her are a lot like that in that respect. And neither of you listen.
She sounds like a very intelligent woman, besides the fact that she married you.
She made that terrible decision 12 years ago.
Well, you got her drunk one night and,
Hey, look, newsflash. I get her drunk more than one night. It's not that hard. She loves her wine.
All right.
I've scammed 2 people into that bad decision. Thank you for the call, Gary. 2 people I've scammed into that bad decision, Brian. Gary telling me how to negotiate.
Gary thought he had you on the volley, and he was like, nope. My return is outstanding. Everything you got, I got to answer for.
I actually don't disagree with him. I think she's got the patience of a saint. I absolutely tricked her into this marriage, a little bait and switch, and now she's regretting it fully.
How do you bait and switch as a man?
Well, you kind of present one way, and then the second you lock it in, the real you comes out. That's how to do it, Brian. I'll teach you a thing or two about relationships before this is all said and done.
Yeah, Gary, man, high praise for your wife, for Michelle, for Tua. Imagine having Mr. Potato Head as your quarterback. At any point in time, stuff can be rearranged in his head. And talking crazy the way that Gary talking crazy about Trevor Lawrence.
Well,
couldn't be me.
I don't mind being in the same camp as Trevor. There's me and Trev on one side, and then my wife and Michelle and Tua on the other side. That's basically how Gary split it.
It really is.
But that's fine.
Okay.
He's allowed his opinion. That's why we put him on the show.
You really going to tell your wife that she deserves a medal, according to Gary.
No, she doesn't care about Gary.
Okay, I mean, who knows? Who knows?
Listen, she has no concerns whatsoever about what goes on here from 3 to 5. She doesn't even know I do a radio show.
Really? Does she know where you work?
Yeah, she thinks I'm just like helping out small children in the afternoon or something.
Got you.
Like, I got it all taken care of. Don't worry about it. You don't worry about what I be telling my wife, Brian.
Whoa, have the energy for Gary.
It's my business.
Why you have the energy for South Beach? Huh?
I'm trying to play a little defense from multiple angles. Maybe I was just too busy watching Timberwolves last night play all that defense. Because that was a clinic. That was a master class.
Oh.
As if game 1 wasn't special enough where you just eke out a win in Denver. The Timberwolves then go into game 2, and by halftime, I think it was pretty much 30. Up by 30.
It's tough.
Unbelievable. What a night for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Denver was 29-83 shooting last night.
Yeah. It's ugly.
I mean, these are the defending champions. And you're not talking about like the Sixers good team with a low seed. This is a good team with a high seed. Great players. Guys like Jamal Murray, who are normally extremely consistent. Just having a rough series. Rough series. I think he's 9 for 32 in the series right now.
Yeah.
Just can't find the hoop whatsoever.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it before, on a night without Rudy Gobert, the Wolves did some business in the paint. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns. Thoughts on the game, Brian?
I think that I think that this is what happens when you are not playing the Lakers, who have a guy who I think is the greatest of all time on the team in a few pieces, but as a team, they can't do it 4 quarters.
So are you saying the Nuggets are a little overrated?
So the Nuggets, they run into a team that basically matches up so well with them, 1, because of the talent that's put there, but 2, because the guy who put together the Denver Nuggets, his name keeps slipping my mind, is the guy who is now putting together the Minnesota Timberwolves. And if you look at what they've got size. They've got guys who can shoot with size. And then they got a one-of-one, it looks like, in Anthony Edwards. You pair all that with solid to good coaching that's not going to just be doing, like, crazy stuff. And this is the result. And, Aaron, when the NBA playoffs were about to start, one of the things that we talked about, and I'm sure you and Justin talked about it, over the past couple of weeks, too.
Don't mention Justin. What a terrible job he did on this
I got to make sure to email him about that again. But the Minnesota Timberwolves were the team that I was most excited to see, even as a Miami Heat fan. But for multiple reasons, Miami wasn't exciting for me to see because of how they played this season, and they have playoff experience. This isn't like their first go in the playoff atmosphere. And with the growth of Anthony Edwards and with the concession from Karl Anthony Towns, knowing that he's a great player, but this is Anthony Edwards' team. It is. As great as Cat is, that is Anthony Edwards' team. So he can be a great 1B or number 2 or however you want to classify him. All the weight isn't on his shoulders.
I mean, the SportsCenter crew is comparing him to Jordan. Late 80s, early 90s Jordan.
Well, he favors him in the face.
All right, they're talking about his game.
And I heard MJ, MJ stick and move in a lot of different ways. So it might be, but and then on top of that, Rudy Gobert, as I respect him for his decision, but defensive. Look, he's a defensive anchor for a squad.
Literally all he brings to the table.
And that's all. Hey, listen, if that's all you bring, then be the best at it. And he's been the best at it for multiple seasons before. So Minnesota, exciting team. I will say, everybody, I know they're up 2-0 and they won 2 in Denver. Hold off for a second. Let them close out the defending champs. You still got Jokic out there.
Who, by the way, didn't have a Jokic game, a Nikola game, but he still had a great game. 16 points, 16 rebounds, a ton of assists.
And this game has changed in this particular matchup, and it's some of the things that Minnesota has brought to the game as far as size and also what they've done on the court. Anyway, you asked me my opinion on the game. If I'm a Minnesota Timberwolves fan, you can't tell me nothing. And this is really one of those breakout types of series that you look at, not just for Anthony Edwards, but for Minnesota as a team. because, this could potentially be the start of perennial deep runs in the playoffs and potentially, in the near future, NBA champ, in that short list, you're one of those potential teams that can do that year in, year out.
Sure. I thought Denver was going to sleepwalk through the playoffs till they reached the finals, but clearly they've run into a buzzsaw, and the Timberwolves now down 2-0 as you head to Minnesota. That's a tough mountain to climb for Denver, for sure. Plus, you have a possible suspension upcoming for Jamal Murray, who it's reported he threw out a heating pack during the game.
That's the only thing he did hit during the game.
Exactly. At the time, they didn't know where it came from. Now, after looking at the tape, everyone's identified as Jamal, and he's probably going to get a suspension.
You haven't been that frustrated? When's the last time you've been that frustrated? Where
I threw something?
Well, okay.
It was on not this version of the radio show, but last year I got mad at a mouse. You're in that room. When we try to use the video stream computer from that little room, sometimes it jitters a little bit. It's hard because it's far away from the tower.
Okay.
And so it's got a signal issue. And so I was in the middle of a show with Brent and Casey, and I was getting frustrated. I wanted to do a thing or two on that video stream. It wasn't letting me do it. So I just turned around and wailed that mouse right against the wall. It was really satisfying. I don't know if you've ever thrown a computer.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if you've ever thrown a computer mouse against the wall.
No, never.
It explodes.
My tax bracket isn't there yet.
It's fantastic. The way it just, boom, blows up. It's great. It'll feel good. Why don't you try it in there? You got like 6 mice in there. Just break one.
No, I'm good, man. But okay.
It's just between me and you. We don't got to tell nobody.
No, the stream is running 1 and 2. You know what I mean?
Really watching that.
It'd be my luck that it'll put a hole in the wall. You know what I mean?
I put a few dents behind me in this wall with a football I was throwing here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Sometimes when Brent would have his nose in Twitter, I'd be in the control room. I'd whale a football into the room, try and scare him. I do it to Casey, too, right before overtime starts, when you'd have to, sit in the other control room waiting for Hufflepuff to get there. I'd be throwing footballs at Casey. Scare the lights out of him. If you look behind you, close to that door, you'll see some marks on there, too. Just saying. It wasn't me. I'm just telling stories, but... Okay. If that's where you want to go.
Feels like you're admitting to crimes, and I'm trying to stop you.
We still have to talk about the Knicks and the Pacers. That was another game. Talk about another guy putting his name in the hat for next generation NBA super-duper stars. You got Ant. What about Jalen Brunson?
Yeah.
Big series, big playoffs so far, big game for the Knicks.
Yeah.
We'll come back and talk about it on the Aaron Schachter Show.
Hi, everyone. Terry Norvell here, along with Patrick Young from the Young and Norvell Show.
Our show is going great, and we are looking to grow the show with some new advertising partners.
If you're a business owner looking to market your product or service to a male, high-income, and college-educated audience, we are the show for you.
Just reach out for more information with a call or a text to 904-305-7526.
That's right. I'll get in touch with you, and we'll put together a budget-friendly marketing plan on our show exclusively for your business. Call or text me, Terry Norvell. That number again, 904-305-7526, and let's get you on our team.
Investigative journalism. It's the difference between the Action News Jack style of news and everyone else's.
I'm Ben Becker. This scam is targeting residents on the South Side.
We investigate so you're crystal clear how a story impacts you.
I'm Emily Turner. Look at the fine print, because you're still getting billed.
Because our reporters don't just tell you what happened. We break down how it affects you and your neighborhood, which is why people are putting their trust in us. Action News Jacks at 5 and 6. It's local coverage you can count on.
Jacksonville Cougars. It's me, Soccer Sam from Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizzeria is now open in Jacksonville, Florida. Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. $10 daily deals, dine-in beer and wine, and delivery. Salvatores.com.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC registered investment advisor. Florida license D056341.
On Guarding Your Nest Egg Radio, Mike Lester, founder of Talon Wealth, focuses on a key question many share. Do I have enough to retire?
For starters, we'll do the math for you. But to me, it's really more about lifestyle. I want to find out what's important to you. I want to find out what your expenses are. And then I'm going to give you a realistic expectation moving forward of how your money needs to be invested to accomplish your goals in retirement.
Get to know Mike at guardingyournestegg.com.
Spring has sprung and tax return season is here. Now's the time to beautify your home by replacing your old windows with new energy-efficient, easy-to-clean windows from American Window Products. Keep the summer heat out with special glass packages, including low E3 and argon gas. American Window Products only uses the highest quality products and professionally trained employees to install. Call now to find out why they were voted the #1 window company in Jacksonville. 731-2247 for a free estimate, or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
Snyderman, can you move things in your mind?
Nope.
Did you read our minds?
I got nothing. Were you thinking of nothing?
No. So, what makes you a superhero?
I can tell if you should repair or replace your air conditioning system.
If it's time to replace your air conditioning unit, Snyder can help. Get 0% interest if you pay in full within 60 months. Visit SnyderAC.com and get the details in a flash.
Flash? I think you mean Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
You have the power to provide counseling to abused children, connect kids with foster families, find shelter for homeless teens, and strengthen at-risk families. Please be a part of bettering our local community by donating to danielkids.org.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Progressive knows finding your new home was a dream come true. You wanted a walk-up with central air and a skylight, and you found it. Now, every Friday night, you get to fall asleep to the sound of your downstairs neighbors' dance parties. Progressive can't save you from your noisy neighbors, but we can save you money when you bundle your home and auto with us. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers not available in all states.
Hey guys, we're the Twin Peaks Girls. We just love guys that listen to the Young and Norvell Show. Weekdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on ESPN 690.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. Talking NBA basketball for a little bit more. As we went to break, I mentioned the Knicks taking on the Pacers. Knicks win the game, 121-117 in New York. New York now leading that series 1-0. But Jalen Brunson, the real story here. Jalen Brunson with his 4th consecutive 40-plus point performance joins a short list of 4 other dudes. Can you name the 4 other dudes, Brian?
Probably Kobe and MJ somewhere in there.
Kobe is not. MJ is. He did it in the 93 finals.
Allen Iverson somewhere?
The other 2 guys are old school.
Moses Malone.
Close. You got Bernard King is one of them.
Okay.
He had 4. And then the logo.
Who?
The logo, Jerry West.
Really?
6 times. 6 consecutive games.
Good for him.
6 consecutive games of 40-plus points in the playoffs. That's impressive. I think a little more impressive by Jalen today in today's game than it is for Jerry West in the game back then. I feel like there's a lot more talent in the league now. Maybe even more impressive for Jordan because he did it in the finals. But either way, Brunson with 21 in the 4th quarter. Knicks actually trailed by 9 earlier in that quarter. Fought all the way back. Dante DiVincenzo, he had the tie-breaking 3-pointer with 40 seconds remaining. I don't know if you know this, DiVincenzo, honorary member of the Tommy Cutlitz Club.
Did not know.
It's Tommy Cutlitz and Ben DiNucci and now Dante DiVincenzo. Shout out. The Pacers ended up cutting it to 1. But then Miles Turner was called for the offensive foul.
Clown show. Clown show.
You didn't like that call.
Featuring that referee and that call.
Josh Hart adds a career-high 24 points, 13 rebounds. Knicks are kind of a likable team. And I hate saying that because I hate the Knicks. I really dislike the Knicks.
It's a deep-seated hate for you.
And
too.
I have for a very long time.
Yeah.
It's really rooted in jealousy, much like my hatred of the Yankees.
Okay.
And if I'm being honest, my hatred of the Giants as well.
Okay.
It's rooted in jealousy because my teams always stink and they were the rivals for a long time for those teams. But these Knicks are likable. I didn't want to like Jalen Brunson. Even Julius Randle, who's not playing, is likable.
Really?
Can you imagine how good this team would be if he was playing?
Yeah, I can.
Knicks are really building something here, which is weird because you would think with the Dolans still as the owners that this was never going to happen for them again.
Yeah, it almost seems like he fell into that, but I'm sure
it was by accident, yeah.
He made a couple of decisions at the top. Finally the right people he took his hands out of the mix as much as it's been over his time there.
I find that hard to believe. It's been clown shoes decision after clown shoes decision for that organization. It really did turn them into a laughingstock for a long time.
Yeah.
An allegedly small man, not just in stature, he's short. But a lot of people claim his ego is gigantic, and he does not like it to be questioned.
I hear him and Charles Oakley don't get along.
Oh, you don't hear, you saw. You saw him show Oakley the exits via the security guards, which, by the way, is blasphemy in New York, but fine. My favorite story about the Dolans is that, he owns MSG, so when the Eagles announced they were going to be playing a show at the arena, Dolan wouldn't sign the contract unless the Eagles agreed to have Dolan's band open up for them at MSG. This guy's cosplaying as a rock and roll star. He's just bored with owning the Knicks, bored with owning MSG, a couple of TV networks, bored with owning that venue in Los Angeles as well. So I want to play guitar instead. I don't know.
You sound...
Not a fan.
Yeah. Sound a bit jealous.
Not a fan.
That last part. That man wants to be musical. Let that man be musical.
Now, I realize Knicks are the 2 seed, but I did think the Pacers would run through the Knicks.
Well, hold on now. Run through them.
I mean, not necessarily sweep. I thought something like a 4-2. And it still can be. I mean, we're one game into the series.
Yeah.
But after what we saw last night, I mean, the Pacers got to get a handle on some of these dudes. You can't let Josh Hart get out there and run the boards like he did and score 24. Brunson can't be going off for essentially almost 50 every time you play him.
And he won't. Okay? He won't. I think that the Pacers will make the adjustments. This is going to be a long series. I think this goes 7, to be honest with you. As great as Jalen Brunson is, it came down to a foul call. It's crazy
but you're
that call was there.
You're also talking about Halliburton being somewhat invisible in the game. Siakam really didn't do much.
So, the point...
Pacers got to wake up a little bit.
So the point should stand even stronger that, this should be a long series. I know Tyrese Halliburton was dealing with injuries, earlier in the regular season, so he kind of fell off for a little bit.
He played 36 minutes last night.
Well, no. I'm just saying, I understand that there's been times where he's disappeared. I don't think that's what this is. He might just have off games. Maybe the Knicks are doing something. I didn't watch that whole game that actually, affected his game. But the Pacers and Knicks will go at least 6, but probably going to go 7. These are 2 evenly matched teams. Don't look at the seeding.
Or the record. You got the Cavs and Celtics. That's happening tonight, 7 p.m. tip out in Boston. Mavs and the Thunder out in Oklahoma City, 9:30 tip. SGA versus Luka, all eyes on the guards. That's a good matchup right there. Understatement?
No, I think it's really good.
Yeah. A league-leading scorer versus a guy who can be the league-leading scorer.
Yeah.
And my favorite coach of all time, my favorite player of all time turned coach, Jason Kidd.
Oh.
Just worked himself into a new extension.
Oh, he was a Nets great. You would really like Jason Kidd.
I liked it when he was drafted by the Mavericks.
Yeah, but you really liked him because of the Nets.
Well, I mean, it was.
You couldn't tell you
It was
nothing.
kismet. It was fortuitous. It's like when Robin Ventura went to the Mets. When your favorite player goes to your favorite team.
Yeah.
Oh, it's huge. It's gigantic.
Quick question. With a minute 40 left of bump music, you didn't really think that the Nets were going to beat the Lakers, right? In the finals? Kobe and Shaq?
The Shaq year?
Yeah.
I mean, I would have liked to have believed that they had a good, balanced team.
You didn't believe it, did you?
They didn't really have an answer for Shaq was the issue. Like, I get you didn't have an answer for Kobe either, but at least you could guard Kobe, hold him to 20 to 25. He's not scoring 40. There was no stopping Shaq. You didn't have a center on the Nets who could do it.
So, yeah, you didn't believe.
I believed. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. Do you believe in the Aaron Schachter Show? 904-362-9901. When we come back, I got to tell you about this lady out in Boston. This is a wild story you're not going to believe. It's coming up here on ESPN 690.
We're dealing at Best Bet St. Augustine, the only card room and sports bar in St. Augustine, Florida. With nonstop action, poker games of all limits, exciting tournaments and table games, and a sports bar showing all the action, Best Bet St. Augustine has you covered. Don't miss our delicious dining options, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and our always popular freshly made sushi. Best Bet St. Augustine is located at 800 Marketplace Drive off exit 311, where I-95 and State Road 207 meet. Learn more at bestbetjacks.com.
Meet Mike Lester.
Talent is not going to be the right choice for every single person out there, right? Because everybody is different. We do well when our clients do well. We're literally sitting on the same side of the table with them. We're in this together.
Yeah.
When you do well, I'll do well. Once we have that understanding, then we can come up with a plan that's designed to help you be successful in retirement.
Find out more at guardingyournestegg.com.
Advisory services through Talon Private Wealth and SEC Registered Investment Advisor. Florida license D056341.
Small business owners are faced with an endless array of challenges, and security for today's business is right up there at the top of the list. You should know that in addition to top-notch security systems, SafeTouch Security offers smarter solutions for your business. SafeTouch provides 24/7 video surveillance and a whole lot more. Get video alerts from motion detection cameras, customized and controlled from the mobile app. And introducing SafeTouch's Business Activity Analytics, which helps optimize how your business runs. Monitor crowd gathering, traffic flow, queue monitoring, and that's just the start. SafeTouch isn't just a security company. They're more like a business partner helping to keep an eye on your business. Now that's peace of mind. Crooks know to stay away from SafeTouch houses, and SafeTouch businesses are no different. Right now, SafeTouch Security is offering a once-a-year deal which can save you up to 50% on your commercial-grade security package. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym for a while.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone.
Lower T?
Yeah, I went through it a while back. Once you hit 40, your body has less free testosterone. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text.
Text SLASH to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T, the #1 selling testosterone booster at GNC. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text SLASH to 321-321. That's SLASH to 321-321.
Live from the Anajar and Levine studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
WOKV Jacksonville. Listen live everywhere you go on ESPN690.com. ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. Cavaliers again may be without one of their starters for Game 1 of their second-round NBA playoff series. Center defensive anchor Jared Allen questionable against Boston with a rib injury. Mavericks at the Thunder Game 1 tonight, 9 Eastern, ESPN Radio. Nuggets guard Jamal Murray might be facing punishment from the NBA for his actions during the Game 2 loss to Minnesota. Murray on the bench second quarter threw a heating pad onto the floor during live game action. Only one option for the league here, according to ESPN NBA analyst Tim Legler.
Players' safety was endangered. It was a reckless and careless act, and it showed no restraint on your emotions in the moment. You almost have to set a precedent if you're the league going forward. You can't be throwing stuff onto the court if you're sitting on the bench. I mean, period. It can't be. How else are they going to penalize me?
Denver down 2-0 at Minnesota Game 3 Friday. NHL Draft Lottery tonight, 6:30 Eastern, ESPN. Sharks best odds at the #1 overall pick, followed by a second-round Stanley Cup playoff doubleheader. Rangers Hurricanes in Game 2, then the Avalanche Stars series opener.
As humans, we like having options. One option you might like is speaking with a real person when you call about your credit card. With 24/7 live U.S.-based customer service from Discover, everyone can talk to a real person anytime, day or night. Limitations apply. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Mother's Day is right around the corner. This year, give your mother a gift that keeps on giving. How about a zero-resified kitchen? There's nothing my wife loves more than having Zero-Res do a deep clean on the kitchen, tile, and grout. She also loves the look and feel of the granite countertops after Zero-Res cleans and seals them. They really pop. Right now, Zero-Res is offering $50 off tile and grout cleaning and $50 off granite countertops cleaned and sealed. Zero-Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zerorez.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Oh, can I buy a vowel?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Oh, can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Who is this guy? Aaron Shafting? What is it? Oh, Schachter? Schachter. Okay. Shack Attack. Schachter. He gets shacked. But I digress. Here we go.
You ready? Yeah. Turn up your radio.
The Aaron Schachter Show on ESPN 690.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. 904-362-9901 if you're trying to get in and get your opinion on the air. Take it all comers. We were talking NBA just a few minutes ago. I did have a little bit of a Jags tidbit that I wanted to start off the show with, but more important business right here to do. Brian, I think I found the craziest story of 2024 thus far.
All right, educate me.
And I'm not really sure what it's up against. I just know that this one reads like a movie. We asked for the help of a Boston CBS News affiliate, I believe. Let's hear what they're reporting on this.
We're learning new information about the
before
woman
we start,
accused...
I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. A little context. They pick it up at an update. All right, but before we get to the update, just know that the story is about a 30-something-year-old who decided, maybe she was bored or what, she wanted to go back to high school and relive her life in high school. But you can't just walk up to a high school and be like, let me in.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
So you got to do like what they do in the movies. You got to pretend. You got to dress up. You got to get a backstory going. And that's where we pick up on this Boston lady right here.
We're learning new information about the woman accused of pretending to be a student at 3 different high schools in Boston. As WBZ's Christina Rex reports, investigators believe she may have been involved in other crimes.
That's a safe bet, by the way. If you get arrested for fake enrolling in 3 different high schools and you're in your 30s, chances are you got other stuff going on that they probably want to look into.
Hewitt was...
Ma'am, do you have anything you want to say?
Shelby Hewitt was silent as she left her arraignment Tuesday. The 32-year-old Canton woman is accused of posing as a 16-year-old and then a 13-year-old and attending multiple Boston public schools for the last academic year.
Very betrayed.
This teen befriended her at Burke High School. She says they had class together and talked on the phone often.
She just kind of seemed normal, like nice, sweet, quiet.
A little creepy. That this adult, this 30-something, in an effort to like shore up the backstory, is spending time on the phone with other teenagers.
Yeah.
But basically, this lady's like, you know what? I'm going back to school. So what the news report doesn't tell you is how she got there. She essentially, Brian, created 2 fake email accounts, pretending that those 2 email accounts were people who worked at like the Department of Children and Families in Boston. And then she enrolled this fake girl she created, Daniela. She created this backstory where Daniela had an eating disorder, and she enrolled her in like a eating disorder rehab clinic.
Okay.
and then enrolled her into public school. Now, she didn't actually, I don't think she attended the eating disorder place, but it was all part of the backstory.
Right.
And this actually was helpful to her because as the 16-year-old, the fake 16-year-old that she's created shows up at school, it becomes a little harder to question some of the inconsistencies because this fake girl has had a fake hard life.
Mm-hmm.
The eating disorder and abuse and stuff like that. So she creates these emails disguised as official Department of Children and Families accounts, 2 different fake social workers so that they could be talking to each other in email chains with the other officials that she's trying to talk to. But basically, they claim to work on behalf of this fake 16-year-old who struggled with anorexia. And she knew what to do, this lady. What's her name? Shelby. Shelby knew what to do because she was a social worker. So she knows where all the loopholes are. She knows where the pitfalls are.
Whoa.
She knows all the inside info there.
Whoa. This is too much. She was a millionaire.
That's what the headline said, but I've yet to figure that out, how she got there.
Not a social worker.
If you're a social worker, you're not a millionaire.
Yeah, at all.
Maybe she had some family money or something like
It's
that.
part of the job. You cannot be a millionaire and be a social worker.
I do think, though, a lot of people call themselves millionaires these days, and it's maybe a little far from true.
Like total assets. Like I have a house that's worth $400,000.
Especially in a place like Boston, where like you're buying a 1,300 square foot home for $850,000.
Right,
You know, I think that requires a little more looking into it.
Okay.
But in any case, she creates this fake person. She enrolls her in the eating disorder place. She enrolls her in school. She's got the fake social workers on the email going back and forth with the administration. She starts going to the Boston public school system. She attends Jeremiah Burke High School. She stays at Jeremiah Burke High School as a fake 16-year-old for 7 months.
Oh, that's the whole year.
That's like the whole school year.
Yeah, that's it.
No one thought anything of it. 32 years old, posing as a 16-year-old. She even went as far, Brian, to get fitted for braces.
Sorry. Yo.
She shows up at school with braces.
She's dedicated to the pain. I hear it's uncomfortable.
I mean, what did the dentist think?
Well, adults get braces all the time.
Okay, but like if
I don't think.
What if the lady came in there and she didn't even need them? It's like, lady, you know you don't need braces. She's
fair.
like, no. Put them on. Put those braces on these teeth.
I need a new investigation. Did she even need the braces? She didn't need to go back to school, but now the braces, yeah, that's a new question I have.
So she goes back to school. She joins the girls' basketball team.
Yeah, she did. Cook them.
Now, look, I loved high school.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Wait, you loved it?
Loved it.
Yeah, nah.
What?
Loved it.
It was cool.
Golden years.
That's unfortunate.
I mean, peak of my life. Milestones. It was all downhill after high school.
I mean, I believe you because I know you now, but that's unfortunate, my boy.
But I'm saying, could you imagine as a 30-something going, you mean I can go back and play basketball against the high school kids? I should probably dominated as a fake 16-year-old with fake anorexia. Who would want to do that? It's like playing on an 8-foot hoop.
Well, hold on now. At
Just
16,
bodying these kids.
Nah, at 16, have you seen some of the kids, some of the boys and the girls at 16?
Are the girls as big as the 32-year-olds?
Yeah. She don't look that. I looked up the picture. She got a big forehead, but she don't look like she's pretty big. So some of these girls might have like come off the bench.
You're saying she
come off the bench.
She has like a 16-year-old person's body, but a 32-year-old person's forehead.
She's got a pinky in the brain forehead.
Got it.
She's got the brain's forehead.
So she stays there for 7 months playing basketball, befriending students.
Wonder if she's getting scouted.
Working in like homework groups.
Yeah.
Gossiping. Doing all the things students do. What a creep.
Yeah, they're going to have to check if she dated anybody because that's
really illegal.
Yeah.
But then the whole thing comes to an end. She's close to graduating. And so before the dream runs out, she's like, I got to transfer. I got to get out of here. So she transfers to Brighton High School. She stays there the rest of the school year, the other 2 months, and then at the end she tries to transfer again. Here's where she gets a little bit greedy. She transferred to a place called English High School.
Okay.
But she changes to a new identity. No longer is she Daniela.
Okay.
Now she's Ellie Blake. And instead of being 16, she dropped her age to 13.
Yo.
What?
It's happening.
Listen, 13-year-olds do not look like this lady.
Nah, she's been through stuff.
I got a 15.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like this lady. Now, she knew this. Shelby/Daniela/Ellie. She knew this. So this is really wild. She got herself caught just a week after trying to help herself out with this storyline. She had one of her fake social workers email the school counselor and complain to the school counselor that she's getting bullied for looking like an adult. Like, yeah, of course. You're walking in there as a 32-year-old. The other 13-year-old girls are going to bully you.
Them kids were cooking her.
I bet.
Holy smokes, they were cooking her.
So she writes an email to the counselor. It says, Ellie's really sensitive about people commenting on her face and how she looks older, the fake social worker wrote. She said it's a huge trigger point for her. She said she suffered from a genetic medical condition, and that medical condition prematurely ages her. It's like whatever Benjamin Button had, we've got the reverse.
Which is called life.
I guess, yeah. That's a good point. But she claims she was a vulnerable victim of child trafficking also.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
You're really just piling it on. And now she lived with a foster family.
Okay.
This was the claim. So the school staff actually works up a plan for her return to prepare for this. But then the principal, Eagle Eye, she noticed something. Just certain aspects of the story didn't add up, including the fake social worker's domain for the email not being an actual Department of Children and Families domain.
Mm-hmm.
Like, schools work with these people all the time. They got to report abuse and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So suddenly if the social worker's email is like bob@aol.com or hotlipsmcgee@gmail.com, it's like, no, that's not someone who works for the government. You don't work for the Department of Children and Families. This is fake. She swung for the fences. You got to give her credit. She went big.
Well, she won initially. 7 months?
Twice. Won twice.
Oh, yeah, because she transferred in 2 more
and
months.
And it was fine.
So 9 months is the school year from August to May. I mean, depending, give or take a week or two. So, yeah, you're right. She did win.
And I kind of thought she had a good thing going. I mean, I don't know what her ultimate goal was. I'm not an insane person with that kind of thinking.
Why keep going? Why go to 13? Or do I don't even want to think it through.
I'm telling you, I think it's because she saw graduation coming. She's like, I don't want to do this again. I don't want to keep transferring. I want to enjoy this a little more. I want to take some years. I want to develop these relationships. This is not a sane person. This is not a well person.
No, not at all. But I will tell you this much. What I'm most intrigued by, what we probably will never get the answer to, what were those kids cooking her with, the 13-year-olds? Because I know
the roasts.
I know they were roasting like Tom Brady out there. The Tom Brady roast.
Yes, you want to hear the roast.
For that entire week before she got caught. Brutal.
As Ellie came to school as a 13-year-old wearing a beeper. You're like, what's this? What are you doing?
Prosecutors allege Hewitt used her position as a social worker with the Department of Children and Families to instead create a fake identity as a teen in DCF custody, with fake emails, documents, and phone numbers used to enroll in school.
This intricate but false narrative of being an extremely traumatized child with significant special educational needs and emotional needs.
That's a lot of work to go through.
I'm tired
two fake
already.
email accounts.
Yeah, I'm tired.
The fake backstory. You got to enroll her in behavioral therapy. Then you got to enroll in the school. It's not like there's not a lot of paperwork when you do that. I don't know if you ever enrolled anybody in a school. You got to spend some time filling out some paperwork. And then you're going to school every day. You're not worried you're getting caught every period? That's got to weigh on you. It's got to be heavier mentally than the thrill of getting away with it.
I mean, yeah, but Aaron, you loved high school. You loved it. Pinnacle of your life, of your days on this world.
For me.
Yeah,
But the writers of some of these articles make some good points if you really think it through. For instance,
okay,
high school kids aren't the greatest. No offense to any high school kids listening, but, you kind of suck sometimes. The things you think are funny are usually just mean. The slang, the words you say, it's kind of dumb. Skibbity toilet? Yeah, cool.
What?
Exactly.
No, what'd you say?
Exactly.
Yeah, but what did you say?
Skibbity toilet.
Nah, that's some New York.
No, man.
That's some New York. Skibbity toilet?
Google it. This is what the kids are saying.
Okay, Dr. Seuss. Skibbity toilet.
That's what look, no cap.
That's what they're saying right now?
Yes.
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
All
Look
right.
it up.
All right.
Give it a goog.
Nah, I will. How you spell that?
Right now. Skibi.
Man, she got a big forehead. Let's say Skibbity toilet.
Yeah, go ahead.
Holy
Click it.
smoke. Oh,
Read it to
shoot.
me.
Not what I've seen this image. I did not know what it was, but I've seen it on TikTok.
There you go.
Okay. Skibbity toilet is the
I'm
thing.
just saying. So, like, high school kids, you're not all that most of the time.
That was pretty funny, though. I didn't enjoy high school like that, but that was pretty funny.
High school kids aren't the greatest. You know, class stinks. She had to do all the homework.
Yeah, because if she started failing, they're going to want to talk to somebody.
Yes.
So, who does that?
Who does that?
Yeah, that's why you're really unwell. Go
And
back
then,
and do more homework.
And now she's, like, talking on the phone to other kids. Like, who knows, like you said, if she's flirting with people or getting relationships. Now you're on a different level. Now you're on, like, this weird pervy thing.
Criminal.
It's wild.
In reality, she's a 32-year-old with several degrees. This
She's got a master's degree, by the way.
2016 UMass commencement program shows her master's degree.
She just told you, master's degree.
But false narrative of being an extremely traumatized child with significant special educational needs and emotional needs.
In reality, she's a 32-year-old with several degrees. This 2016 UMass commencement program shows her master's degree is in school counseling.
This is clearly a mental health case.
You think? You sure about that?
Did he go get a degree from somewhere?
Like he needs it? It's a wild guess or what?
Mr. Obvious, Dr. Obvious.
Master's degree is in school counseling.
This is clearly a mental health case.
Hewitt's attorney says she has serious mental health issues and is in treatment. And he believes the focus should be on Boston Public Schools and how his client slipped through the cracks.
I can certainly understand the outrage the parents would feel. I certainly would feel the same as a parent if my child was in a school that wasn't being properly supervised.
That's the other thing. It's like, it's one thing to be mad at the crazy lady. It's another thing to be looking at the administration, principal, vice principal, guidance counselors, teachers.
Yeah.
Where you guys at? I send my kid to you every day. Like, how am I supposed to believe they're safe? You got 32-year-olds walking around here talking about skibbity toilet.
Yeah. I mean, listen, she clearly put a lot of energy into this. Do we have an image of her, like, acting 16, though?
Whoa.
All I've seen is her.
Easy. This is a family show, Brian.
Okay. Oh, right, this picture right here. I'm looking at this picture with her with a hat on, right? And the braces.
And the braces, yes.
And I had to be real with you. If I'm just glancing and she's in a group of 16-year-old girls.
All right, but it's a picture of someone's face with braces and a dumb hat. Like, of course, you're going to think they're young.
Yeah.
You don't have the full context of seeing a person, like, walking. Adults have a different walk than children have. They speak differently. Their voice is different.
But this
watching her
mugshot,
play basketball, you would have been like, are we sure this is a teenager?
Listen, this mugshot, she looked 48. That mugshot, she looked 40 and 400. 48. Goodness gracious, she looked like a Batman villain.
She really does look like a villain.
What is going on?
WBZ asked Mayor Wu, who says there are strict protocols in place that
not that strict.
Hewitt skirted with her inside knowledge of the system.
There were serious breaches that occurred here, and our public school student safety is the most important priority of Boston.
Shelby Hewitt is out on bail, and her trial is set for September 2024. In the meantime, she's ordered to stay away from any social work, any schools, and anybody under the age of 18. In Boston, Christina Rex, WBZ News.
Bail was pretty light, too. There's only like 3 weeks allowance. That's all I get, little sniffies? All right, that's fine.
Well, no, because I just saw a picture of her actually in high school, and, there's a huge difference. Never mind. I mean, forehead's still quite large, but...
She's getting charged with criminal forgery and identity fraud. Can't call it identity theft because the person's made up. Identity fraud. She apparently pleaded not guilty. I guess that's like an insanity plea maybe she's going to put in.
That takes some guts, some gumption.
Unless she's going to argue that she is 16-year-old Daniela Herrera and 13-year-old Ellie Blake and 32-year-old Shelby Hewitt.
Some chutzpah.
That would be like a Hulu, Netflix level docuseries story. There have been some good ones lately. She reportedly later confessed to the whole con. She responded to a request for comment in a phone call by telling a reporter that there is a reason she pretended to be a teen, but her attorneys told her to stay quiet.
Shut up.
Yeah, shut up, stupid. You've done enough. You've done enough. She said the truth will come out in time. She's trying to play innocent. That's what innocent people say. You will all find out in time that I am crazy.
She's conning schools. Did she call a pizza place yesterday? By any chance?
Maybe.
Yeah, find
Here's
out.
where we get to the money, by the way.
Okay.
She received an inheritance from her parents that people suspect was somewhere around $1 million. So I'm going to call a quick timeout. First of all, if you've lost both parents, I get how that could be triggering and throw you into a mental crisis. But I also happen to believe if you're the kind of person who would fake being a high school student not once, but thrice, 16, 16, and 13, maybe your parents shouldn't be giving you $1 million to go do what you want with it. I got to believe they knew something was up with the kid or their adult daughter, not the kid. Also, by the way, while she was going to school and doing homework and basketball practice and becoming best friends with 16-year-old schoolmates.
Did she go to work?
She was still working full-time.
Oh, yo, look, man, something's wrong with her.
Full-time employment as a social worker.
All of her cases are like, we can never get in contact with her during the daytime.
Or you come to find out, maybe it's not a full-time gig being a social worker.
Oh.
Maybe you could save on some of that employment cost. Man, I guess when you have $1 million in the bank, working that full-time job, you don't even basically show up for, you got time to run the back-to-school scam. And like, if it doesn't work, you're like, so what? I got the money. We're good. If I lose my gig, living for the rest of my life on $1 million, I guess. Not really that much anymore, if you think about it.
Yeah. Trying to see her basketball stats if I can pull it out. Only with a sports show, so I'm just trying to, this was really good.
That is true. Because if she dominated, we may want to talk about a third career.
She can't, though.
Why?
Too much attention. The same way she has to do the homework, but she couldn't be the valedictorian.
She's not putting it all on the line to go back to school to play basketball to not dominate. She's not going back to be the 9th man off the bench.
Absolutely got to. You cannot be anything all state, all county. You can't even be first string. You got to be semi-trash.
With a forehead like that, I'm surprised she doesn't go into soccer.
Or that slapping, what's it called?
The Dana White slapping league?
Yeah,
whatever that's called.
Just leave forehead in.
Yeah.
Or work as one of those battering rams they do for SWAT right before they. Because that, you see that forehead, man? It's like a trapezoid.
It's hard not to see.
It's like a round trapezoid.
It's like 85% of every picture of her. Just all forehead.
Take a different angle, man. I know it's a mugshot, man. Stand on your tippy toes. Hey, dog, move that camera down or something, man.
There is no angle that can help this.
I can hear her thoughts from over here.
It's a wild story. Love to see how it ends.
Yeah.
And if she makes it to college basketball one day. See our Schachter Show. 904-362-9901. I promise we're getting back to football next. Joe Burrow news. We'll also talk about the teams most likely to make the jump to legitimate contender. That's all next on the Aaron Schachter Show.
Now, the First Alert forecast on ESPN 690.
Partly sunny and hot today with an isolated brief afternoon shower, but most spots stay dry as we reach near 90 degrees and down into the mid to upper 60s tonight. Partly sunny and hot tomorrow. Your Wednesday high, 93. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Burrish. Join me today beginning at 5 p.m. on CBS 47 and Fox 30 Action News Jax.
The Weather Center is brought to you by Beard's Diamonds. Save thousands on hundreds of Mother's Day gift ideas. Now at Beard's Diamonds.
Hey, boss, did you see the latest article in the Crooks R Us newsletter? No, but I'm sure it's going to involve Safe Touch and probably give me a rash. It says more people than ever are concerned about security, and SafeTouch Security, of course, is leading the way with new cutting-edge security systems.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it goes beyond security, too. Now SafeTouch has systems integrated with the home's thermostats, lights, door locks, and of course the encrypted security cameras.
Yeah, never home alone and never away from home. I remember the slogan.
Ooh, and now SafeTouch is running a special for existing customers to upgrade their system.
Look, Skippy, this changes nothing. The Crooks R Us golden rule is still in effect. Stay away from SafeTouch houses.
Yeah.
Now go find us a house without SafeTouch.
Got it, boss.
Crooks know to stay away from SafeTouch houses. Hi, I'm Lester Jackson with SafeTouch Security Systems. No one beats our technology or our price.
Right now, existing SafeTouch customers can upgrade their system at 50% off. Call 888-723-8682 or go to safetouch.com. State license EF 2000-1945.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Jacksonville is the largest city in the contiguous U.S. in square miles. So when you have to cover breaking news over an area bigger than L.A., Phoenix, or Dallas, you need an advantage. Action News Jax with a fleet of news-gathering drones to take you to breaking news live as it happens. And with more investigative reporters on the ground in every local county, you're informed no matter where you live. Action News Jax. Local coverage you can count on.
Can you fly, Snyder-Man?
I wish.
Do you have super strength?
Above average for my age.
X-ray vision?
Nah.
Then what makes you a superhero?
Our AC is out.
Duty calls, kids.
Snyderman saves the day with affordable preventative care plans that keep systems operating at peak efficiency all year long. Get your preferred customer plan at SnyderAC.com today.
You're my hero, Snyderman.
CAC 1813307.
Are you a real estate investor or have considered investing and want to know where you can put your money that offers solid returns and protects against market volatility? It's Rich Jones. I want to introduce you to DLP Capital. CEO and founder Don Wenner.
For more than a decade, DLP Capital has delighted our investors with consistent double-digit returns. Through the smart, conservative real estate investment strategy our company is built on, we have been able to achieve this with monthly distributions and tax shelters so our investors can keep more of their returns.
Dial ** invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Are you prepared for an emergency or disaster? Because it's not a matter of if, but when. Don't find yourself saying,
I'll trust water bottles and a flashlight to save the day, but I'll be proved wrong.
With a tornado approaching, I'll realize that I like a wheelchair-accessible shelter.
When the floodwaters rise, I'll be up in the attic with 20 cans of beans. It's a recipe for disaster.
let's prepare so we all have a better story to tell. Get started at ready.gov/older adults. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Imagine your team always looking and feeling their best in high-performance technical workwear. Cintas can make it happen. They have garments for almost every job imaginable. And with the Cintas Workwear program, you get freshly laundered garments delivered every week for everyone on your team. Great garments without the bother of laundry. That's a real perk for employees. Find out how Cintas can boost team image and morale. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
Hey guys, we're the Twin Peaks Girls. Come have lunch with us every Wednesday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and listen to the Young and Norvell Show on ESPN 690.
Welcome back to the Aaron Schachter Show. You didn't have fun in high school, Brian?
It was fine.
Yeah, I said I loved high school. You seem shocked.
Yeah, you're right. I love high school. I embrace it with everything I am.
It wasn't good to you.
It was fine, man. I mean, listen, I I have grown a lot since then, but,
Physically.
I still have a few of the same struggles. Mainly getting people to go to Taco Lou with me. There wasn't a Taco Lou there. Let me stop. That's not it.
Look at you.
No, but I do have some of the same struggles, but not for the most part. Life has gotten better. It was not the pinnacle for me.
Yeah.
It was not the pinnacle for me.
I mean, I'm not pretending like I was the most popular kid in school.
I feel like you ran in those circles. Weird part about it was I ran in those circles, but I was the balance. So I played the sports, and most of my friends were like the popular people. Like all of my close friends got the superlatives, and I went to Camden. There's like 3,000 students. It's hard to get a superlative. There's only like 15 of them.
3,000 students.
Yeah, I'm talking about Mr. CCHS, most talkative, most popular, and then I was there. You know what I mean? I was there. I didn't get roasted on. It wasn't one of those things. I could make people laugh, but I wasn't the funniest. It was just,
Yeah.
Give me my diploma, get out my way, man. I'm gonna shake the hands, then let me go up to Golden Corral, man. Get out my way.
When I started my senior year, we had 76 kids as seniors.
Oh yeah, New York.
No, man, New York schools are overcrowded.
Then how did that program?
When I was in ninth grade, going into ninth grade, they created all these little high schools.
Yeah.
For the overcrowding. Everyone was in these trailers like they have out here. Although in my son's school, they call them villas.
Yeah.
Really polishing up a turd there, aren't they? But so the high schools in New York, they're like, we can't do it with the overcrowding. It's dangerous now. Like legit dangerous. So the Board of Ed bought a bunch of empty office buildings from different business entities around New York. And one of them was the high school I went to, the High School for Leadership and Public Service, right down the street from the American Stock Exchange, like literally next door to the American Stock Exchange, a block away from the World Trade Center, right in the heart of downtown Manhattan.
Oh, wow.
It was mayhem. We were animals. Animals with free run of downtown Manhattan. These days, I don't think the cops will let any of this nonsense fly we were doing. But back then, it was before terrorism was really thought of and all that stuff.
Oh, great.
So, like, we're out here smoking cigarettes where we shouldn't be and playing tackle football in the lobby of the World Trade Center, bothering all the business people walking through. It was wild times. Wild times. It was a fun time. No rules, just right, as they say at the Outback. That's how high school was for me.
A taste of Australia. Okay.
Those were fun times, though.
Yeah.
And right now I'm experiencing some sadness, Brian.
Oh, yeah? Why?
Well, I've got some Zay Jones news. Those of you guys may know, Zay Jones unceremoniously released from the Jacksonville Jaguars a few weeks ago. Made me pretty sad. I love Zay Jones. Love what he brought to this team. He was one of my favorite players. On the Jaguars, at least. And then we just let him walk. Wouldn't have cost us much. Couldn't keep Zay around. I don't want to spiral out. Just know we miss you, Zay Jones. And now I'm hearing Zay Jones hopped a flight or a car ride over to Nashville, according to Ian Rappaport. This is a tweet from Rappaport. It says free agent Zay Jones, who's been released after the NFL draft by the Jaguars, visiting the Titans. This was yesterday. Obvious connection, Tennessee offensive coordinator Nick Holtz. Both of them were in Jacksonville last year. Don't do it, Zay. I know you saw Calvin do it. It's not going to work out for Cal. And it won't work out for you if you go out there. Don't do it, Zay. I saw someone in the Twitter replies. It was like, oh, you're trying to rebuild the 2023 wide receiver room from the Jaguars? Bold move. I would tend to agree with that.
Sounds like Boys the Men agrees too, boy. They started harmonizing on that.
It is a bold move. Obviously, Calvin linked that 4-year deal, $94 million. Big guarantee on that, too. Zay was picked in the second round of the 2016 draft. Joined the Jags in 22. Had a career year. 82 catches, over 800 yards. And last year, that PCL injury limited him. Limited his ability, his activity. We needed Zay. Couldn't get it done. I saw someone else in the Twitter mentions go, that's cool. They're bringing in Zay to help Calvin line up. Giving him the business.
Personal foul, offense. He was giving him the business.
Giving him the business.
It's amazing that you have hotkeys playing over this This bed now.
You know what's interesting is I was looking at this piece on ESPN Plus about key draft intel post-draft. They're now leaking out some of the decisions that weren't made. And for the Titans, we didn't realize how close they were to drafting Malik Neighbors.
Really?
That would be a not good development for the Jaguars in the AFC South. You have Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins, and Malik Neighbors to help Will Levis grow into an actual quarterback.
Titans, if they would have pulled that one off, I'd be like, look, you can hate all you want. Continue to have a heck of an offseason. I mean, I think they had a decent one, but, you know.
The only issue would be, like, you still don't have an offensive line. You have no left tackle there if you don't take Latham, who, by the way, was a right tackle. But they needed to replace Andre Dillard. You know, they also drafted Tavondra Sweat. But he wasn't going to, he had that DUI. Everyone was a little bit worried about it. And so were the Titans. You know, as far as the Jags intel, by the way, a lot of people talking about Miles Cole like we got a gem. 7th-round pass rusher out of Texas Tech, 4.69 in the 40.
Why you said it like that, man?
I'm saying a lot of people are reporting it because I'm not sitting here
like
pretending
we got a gem.
Well, I'm not sitting here pretending like I watched Texas Tech last year.
All right, man. It just sounded, kind of.
I can only go off of what people are saying. I'm telling you, I know this. Outside of Brock Purdy, you're not able to name too many 7th rounders who have significant impact for their teams, especially as rookies.
Fair.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like a lot of people think we got a late round gem. Miles Cole. He's a big dude at 6'6", 278.
He is.
They say he's long. They say he's big. They say he's fast. I would certainly hope so. He's playing in the NFL. Apparently, the Jags also like the running back they picked up, Keelan Robinson. Not just for the running back room, but for kickoffs as well. And then apparently, I guess at 23, when the Jags took Brian Thomas Jr., you had Terry and Arnold still on the board. They were strongly considering Terry and Arnold. I think a lot of us wanted them to go that route. But they felt like they needed to replace some of the traits they lost when they lost Calvin Ridley. And they thought that the corners were deep enough in this draft that they could wait. And they did. And we actually got a decent one in Zay Jones. So we'll see how it pans out for everybody's rookie year. But the quarterbacks aren't getting easier in the AFC. As a matter of fact, report out of Cincinnati, Joe Burrow back and throwing at the Bengals camp.
Uh-oh.
You almost tend to forget about Joe Burrow.
Who? Whom?
Me.
Oh.
Went through last year, and it's like, oh, yeah, the Bengals actually have one of the better passers in the league. Aside from the issues they're having with T. Higgins and no Tyler Boyd anymore. But if I'm looking at teams that are making the step from teams that didn't go to the playoffs to teams that are now elevated to contenders, just the mere presence of Joe Burrow, Brian, puts them in the conversation, does it not?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we see Joe Burrow again at semi-health to healthy. He's that guy. He can handle the pressure.
Gary Davenport at Bleacher Report put together a list. He wanted to rank the teams most likely to make that jump from legitimate contender, from also ran to legitimate contender in 2024. At the bottom of that list is the New York Giants. I'm not sold there. I don't believe in this. You still got Daniel Jones under center. I know you drafted a great wide receiver. You lost Saquon Barkley. Defense is being reconfigured. Lost a great safety. I don't know that they're ready to take that step forward. I'm not buying. You buying that? The Giants in the playoffs?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. What about the Bears? A lot of people think the Bears are an automatic playoff entry.
Well, listen. Yes. Yes, I do think that they are good enough to make the playoffs.
7-10 last year with Justin Fields, without Keenan Allen, without Rome Odunze.
They left a couple of games on the field earlier on last season, too. They probably could have been 9-8. Probably should have been 9-8.
Raiders on this list, but I'm not sure they did enough to make it off this list.
Yeah, that's
Who's the quarterback? Aiden O'Connell?
Yeah, man.
I guess Gardner Minshew. They'll battle.
You sound disgusted with both options.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're talking about becoming a contender, I don't know that Gardner's getting you there, and I happen to like what he does on the field.
Contender or playoff team? Or is one the same? Is that what you're saying?
It says legitimate contender in the headline.
Okay.
So I'm looking at those words very literally.
Okay.
But you think the Vegas Raiders can make the playoffs?
In the AFC, they don't strike me as you're gonna get a bye, you're gonna get a home game, in the wild card round, Super Wild Card weekend. But can they sneak in on the road, Super Wild Card weekend? Sure.
Some talent on that team. I just don't think it's enough. What about the Saints? Because I think the Saints were a team that should have been better last year, and they just weren't for whatever reason. A lot of injuries, Derek Carr's first year, what have you.
I think the Saints can make the playoffs if there's two teams out of the NFC South. But if it's just one, my money's on the Falcons.
Yeah, sure. I think a lot of people agree with that. Colts on this list.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I know Anthony Richardson is going to be better than Gardner Minshew ultimately. I don't know that that's going to be the case this season.
Okay.
We saw a little preview last year, 4 touchdowns in a couple of games.
Okay.
We really didn't see a lot or much. And so I'm not there yet. And I know a few people are. But I would have felt more comfortable if you got the kid a little more weaponry.
Yeah.
There's a significant lack of weaponry on that Indy team. Seahawks on this list. You need Geno to ball out. I mean, he's got weapons. He's got receivers. He's got running backs. You've got a defensive coach now in McDonald. Not that you didn't have one last year, but you got one now in McDonald. So the defense has to come to play. The pass rush has to actually exist for the Seahawks, whereas it didn't last year. But I think a lot of things have to go right, especially out in the NFC West where you have the Niners and you have the Rams who look poised to go back to the playoffs. Jaguars on the list, coming in at number 4. I got no beef there. I expect them to make the playoffs. I mean, I had hoped things had gone a little differently in the offseason. Shout out to Zay Jones. Shout out to Calvin Ridley. But fine. I still think they got the tools to get it done. I think the defense has improved. Okay. I'm excited to see what's coming.
Okay.
Where you at on it?
Yeah, man. Jags playoffs, sure. The real question is, AFC South champs?
I believe it, but I know lots don't. A lot of people picking the Texans. I just think they're the hunted now.
Okay.
Falcons, number 3 on this list. You already spoke on that. I think we both believe they're playoff bound. If Cousins can unlock Drake London or Kyle Pitts to any degree whatsoever, this team will win 10 games. Maybe not in prime time, but they'll win. Number 2, close to my heart. Green and white, gang green. As long as Aaron Rodgers stays healthy, the Jets' playoff chances stay healthy.
It was an Achilles, right?
It was an Achilles.
Okay.
He has the super bridge in there.
Man, listen.
Can't tell this man nothing.
You ain't got to explain nothing to me, man. Explain it to that Achilles. We need you this season.
Elite level defense.
Hey, yeah.
They added to the offense.
Yeah, man.
Shored up the offensive line.
Yeah.
Brought in Mike Williams at wide receiver for about 4 games till he gets hurt.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I joke, but really only last season was his only injury year. Otherwise, he plays 16 games a year. Would have been cool if they went out and got another receiving option, but whatever. That's fine. I'm not going to nitpick. Happy to just have a quarterback capable of throwing a pass, which is not what the Jets had last year.
You're going to have to see Zach Wilson one day. I hope I'm there to watch
that. It won't be at an NFL game, I'll tell you that much.
It won't be anywhere near an NFL field.
And then Cincy on top of that list. And Cincy is a top 4 seed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
With apologies to Baltimore. Because I do believe that's a great team.
The only team that has shown us over the past season and a half, 2 seasons, that they can really get it done against Kansas City consistently.
Yeah, the reality is the roster isn't that much different than the one that went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
With the exception of Tyler Boyd and Joe Mixon. But they like to believe they've replaced those guys. Time will tell. One more segment before we wrap it up on the Aaron Schachter Show. Back in a couple of minutes on ESPN 690.
ESPN 690 wants to pay your bills. We have 5 chances every weekday to win $1,000. All you have to do is enter the correct keyword at ESPN690.com to be eligible to win.
This is a nationwide contest. Message and data rates apply.
ESPN 690 Pays Your Bills is presented by Underwood Jewelers. 3 Jacksonville locations in San Marco, Ponte Vedra Beach, and Avondale. Weekdays at 8 a.m., 10 a.m., noon, 2, and 5 p.m. Tune in to win from ESPN 690, Jacksonville's home for ESPN Radio.
We're dealing at Best Bet St. Augustine, the only card room and sports bar in St. Augustine, Florida. With nonstop action, poker games of all limits, exciting tournaments and table games, and a sports bar showing all the action, Best Bet St. Augustine has you covered. Don't miss our delicious dining options, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and our always popular freshly made sushi. Best Bet St. Augustine is located at 800 Marketplace Drive off exit 311, where I-95 and State Road 207 meet. Learn more at bestbetjacks.com.
Hi, this is Chelsea from Renewal by Anderson. Now's the time to get your custom windows and doors. Through the month of May, buy 2 windows and or patio doors and get the third 60% off. Plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for 1 year. Some restrictions apply. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Go to rbafla.com to book your design consultation today. License number CGC 1527613.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, an avocado consultant from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Dave Ortega. Okay, Dave, here's your question. Your house is not bad in the morning, but by the afternoon, your AC can barely keep up, even with the curtains closed. What do you do?
Oh, can I buy a vowel?
Not that kind of show, Dave.
Can I spin the wheel?
Yeah, we don't even have a wheel, Dave.
Can I phone a friend? Oh, can I call Bueller?
That's right, Dave. Call Bueller Air and Plumbing to assess your home's airflow and sunlight patterns and let us optimize your air conditioning so that you are cool.
This is the happiest day of my life.
Well, you gotta get out more, Dave.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
Mother's Day is right around the corner. This year, give your mother a gift that keeps on giving. How about a zero-resified kitchen? There's nothing my wife loves more than having Zero-Res do a deep clean on the kitchen, tile, and grout. She also loves the look and feel of the granite countertops after Zero-Res cleans and seals them. They really pop. Right now, Zero-Res is offering $50 off tile and grout cleaning and $50 off granite countertops cleaned and sealed. Zero-Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zerorez. Zero-Res.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Hey guys, we're the Twin Peaks Girls. We just love guys that listen to the Young and Norvell Show. Weekdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on ESPN 690.
Last segment on the Aaron Schachter Show. I'm Aaron Schachter, Brian Middleton behind the glass. Hey, Brian, did you hear there are some people who are upset about the Tom Brady roast?
No.
Aside from the people who didn't like the language. Because there are lots of people who watched, like fans, who were like, there's too much cursing here.
Never seen a roast in their life. Not
Right?
a pot roast.
It did go a little further than cursing. A lot of people were uncomfortable with the jokes about male body parts.
Ah, okay. Never seen a roast in their life.
A lot of talk about that. I saw Hernandez's fiance not happy about those jokes. It kind of takes all the fun out of it when she speaks up a little bit. You're reminded that there was a guy who did murder people that everyone was just laughing about. Or even more hurtfully, there's a child somewhere who I think whose father was Aaron Hernandez. I think he had a kid.
Probably should take it up with Aaron Hernandez.
Yeah.
Not trying to be cold, but
you can't anymore.
Well,
Brian.
yeah, but that's the point.
I saw Giselle was not happy about the jokes. Apparently, she's in, I think, Brazil, helping with, family who's flooded out. There was terrible rain floods.
Oh, I didn't know. Okay, I'm sorry.
Neither did I.
Yeah.
But apparently, I guess TMZ caught up with her, and they said that she wasn't happy either about all the divorce jokes. Tom didn't seem bothered by it at all.
At all. Grinning the whole time.
And then your boy Antonio Brown spoke out. Antonio Brown was wondering why he was excluded from the Tom Brady roast. I was like, maybe it was to protect you. The Tom Brady roast was called Netflix Roast Crime Against Humanity. He called it a crime against humanity that he was excluded.
Wow. Did he write that? No way he wrote that.
There wasn't enough Giselle jokes. Antonio Brown needed to come and make some. That would have been wild had he came out. Oh, the roof would have popped off that place.
I mean, within the first 15 to 17 minutes, very specific, I know, there were a litany of jiu-jitsu and Giselle jokes. I was just like, holy smokes, all of you guys, did you guys coordinate at all?
They went hard.
I'll do some jokes, you do some jokes. Like, nope, we're doing every last one of them.
No, they went hard. And then he tagged Kevin Hart in the tweet, by the way. He's like, look at me. Look at me. I learned a lot of stuff on today's show, Brian.
Did you learn a lot in today's show?
I learned a few things.
All right, let's talk about it.
I would like to recap them now.
Let's do it.
In a little conclusionary game we like to call, What Did We Learn?
Oh, I got enough bump music so we can have some music.
I got to produce something for that, man. A little opening with a little goofy bed behind it.
Yeah, we got more than enough
look at you.
time. We got more than enough time. Yeah.
Fair enough. I learned in the first segment.
Okay.
Tanika's not only tough,
yeah,
but she's likely got a few extra zeros in that paycheck. Be throwing $35 at the pizza delivery guy. She has no idea who ordered it. She's like, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, I like that.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I learned about Aaron Schachter of the Aaron Schachter Show that despite having a great career, beautiful children.
I do have beautiful children.
Amazing wife.
She's amazing.
And breakthroughs that you can't even understand personally. The best time of his life was at 17, somewhere in Manhattan with 76 other students causing ruckus,
mayhem,
hooligans.
melees, fracases.
Who knew?
What? I learned that the only way for Brian Middleton to tell the difference between a 16-year-old girl and a 32-year-old lady is to measure her forehead.
That is inaccurate.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure about that one, but okay, I'll go with it.
You sure about that?
I learned that apparently South Beach Gary tells Aaron what to say to his wife, and I don't know what kind of weird dynamic that is.
Gary.
But he called back up to let you know, you better say it that way.
That man called back up off the air just to make sure I was going to let my wife know that someone she doesn't know exists had an opinion about her that was favorable.
To this day.
I'll go let her know. Here's something else I learned today. Final thing I learned today. I learned the Titans are only interested in Zay Jones so he can help Calvin Ridley line up correctly. What a great joke. I don't have it in front of me. I'd love to give someone credit. I wish I could. I'll give you credit, Brian, for the Aaron Schachter show today. Good job.
I'm good, thank you.
No, you don't want the credit. Yes.
I'm good, thank you.
I am not taking credit for this nonsense mess. We'll be back tomorrow from 3 to 5. I got a special little trip in the morning I'll tell you about when I come back. Doing a little community service. I guess the tickets caught up with me. It's the Aaron Schachter Show. See you tomorrow, ESPN 690.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar and Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Main office, Jacksonville. Jacksonville Koozies. It's me, Soccer Sam from Salvatore's Pizza. Rochester, New York's favorite pizzeria is now open in Jacksonville, Florida. Tapestry Park at the Loft Hotel Plaza. $10 daily deals, dine-in, beer and wine, and delivery. Salvatores.com.
Sell your home with the most trusted and experienced real estate team in the U.S. Mark Spain Real Estate gets it done every time. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you get a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home stress-free and avoid the hassle of costly repairs. There are no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. One of our clients, Ruth, said, "It was wonderful working with Mark Spain Real Estate. This was my first time using a realtor when selling, and they made the process extremely easy. I always felt like they had my back. Thanks so much, Mark Spain Real Estate." Don't worry about the inconveniences of selling your home. The guaranteed offer makes selling your home easy. I've been serving homeowners for nearly 30 years and have helped over 58,000 satisfied clients sell their home. I know what matters most: a quick sale and maximum profit. Find out what your guaranteed offer will be and close in as little as 21 days. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
Have you seen your financial freedom wiped out by stock market volatility? It's Rich Jones. Consider investing in real estate funds from DLP Capital. Don Winter is CEO and founder.
DLP Capital has provided our investors with consistent double-digit returns by investing in cash-flowing residential real estate. For more than a decade, we have had zero losses, little volatility, and have shot above our return targets in all of our investment funds. Plus, we offer monthly distributions and tax shelter opportunities.
To get your investor's guide and learn more, dial **invest on your cell phone or visit highyieldreturns.net.
Spring has sprung and tax return season is here. Now's the time to beautify your home by replacing your old windows with new energy-efficient, easy-to-clean windows from American Window Products. Keep the summer heat out with special glass packages including low E3 and argon gas. American Window Products only uses the highest quality products and professionally trained employees to install. Call now to find out why they were voted the #1 window company in Jacksonville. 731-2247 for a free estimate or visit AmericanWindowProducts.com.
We're dealing at Best Bet St. Augustine, the only card room and sports bar in St. Augustine, Florida. With nonstop action, poker games of all limits, exciting tournaments and table games, and a sports bar showing all the action, Best Bet St. Augustine has you covered. Don't miss our delicious dining options, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and our always popular freshly made sushi. Best Bet St. Augustine is located at 800 Marketplace Drive off exit 311, where I-95 and State Road 207 meet. Learn more at bestbetjacks.com.
You go into your shower feeling, but as soon as you reach for the Irish Spring, your day immediately gets better. That crisp, fresh, unmistakable Irish Spring scent zings your brain and awakens your senses. So when you finally emerge from the shower, 37 minutes later, because you pay the water bill so you can stay in there as long as you want, you're ready to take on the day and smell great doing it. Irish Spring Body Wash and Bar Soap. Fresh, green, Irish. Shop now at Walmart.
O'Reilly! Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Studios, Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.